Welcome to Sports Talk with Steve Jones, the daily talk show with the voice of Penn State football and men's basketball. You never know what special guest may stop on by any given day. Now here's the man of the hour, Mr. Steve Jones.
All right, welcome. Was it Dress Down Thursday?
That's right.
Wow.
I technically have dress pants on, but yeah.
We're on a need-to-know basis, so I don't think we needed to know that. Wow.
I have khakis on, just didn't match it with the shirt. I threw a T-shirt on.
And let's get to that keyword there. Keywords, threw on. That's you. That is you in a nutshell.
It's like the linebackers that pile the stats. Pile on. That's right. On the tackle. Get credit for the tackle.
Spurs have a couple problems right now. One is injuries, De'Aaron Fox being out, and then Dylan Harper getting hurt. The other problem they have is right now they have a turnover problem, which is a big problem. But they got what they needed.
Yeah.
They got a split.
Yep. Absolutely.
They got a split out of that the two games in Oklahoma City. And that's, to their credit, Wembanyama did not have the same kind of game that he had in game one. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 30. And it's one thing about when you are a champion, which Oklahoma City is, and they have a lot of players still on that team from last year, champions don't panic.
No.
Because they went through last year, and guess what? Did they go 16-0 in the playoffs? No. Right? They lost games in the playoffs. Okay.
And they've lost game one before, too.
Right.
That's the other part of it.
And they don't panic. They go to work, and they make some adjustments, and they go play. They won the game. We'll see what San Antonio does. The bottom line is, to win the series, Oklahoma City does have to win at the Frostbank Center down in San Antonio. They do have to do that. The question is going to be, what is the health of the Spurs going in? And crowd's going to be great. Yeah. I mean, they love that team down there. I was just down in San Antonio 3 weeks ago. I was there in San Antonio 3 weeks ago. Man, they love that team. In fact, they were when I was leaving, they were going to open the series that night with Minnesota. And Wembanyama is a special talent. There's just no getting around it.
No question. Yep.
He was hyped coming in, and now in year three, all that hype that was discussed before he entered the league, you're like, I'm like, well, okay, what are we doing here? Nope, it was justified. He is an outstanding player. And with LeBron James at the tail end of his career and possibly calling it quits on a career, we'll see what he wants to do. The new face of the league is, in all likelihood, is going to be a guy like Victor Wembanyama. You would think that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, two-time MVP, might be that guy, but there's something about Wembanyama that's just different.
Yeah.
And that doesn't take anything away from SGA, who's a great player.
No, and two-time MVP.
He's a great player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's with Wembanyama, you have to, not that you don't have to fully game plan around SGA, you certainly do. But I think when it comes to Wemby, he can beat you in so many ways, and it's not only on the offensive side of the ball. He's a guy that defensively alters the game, number one, with his blocked shots. But number two, the other part of it is what he's able to do inside, because he's able to guard you no matter where you are. He's able to guard you inside. you're playing his own defense. He's able to guard you at the top of the key if he has to, and that's the best part about him that makes him so good.
Yeah.
Is just how versatile he is. He can hit the three. He's a guy inside that's very dominant. I still think he works on his footwork. He puts weight on. There is no question this guy is going to be borderline unguardable. And that's he's a very special talent without a doubt.
Yeah.
And he's a big man that hits his free throws. That's something you don't always see.
Right.
And there's a lot of things fundamentally about him that I think you have to love, not only as a Spurs fan, but as a fan of basketball, period, because he does a lot of right things.
Vegas won last night over Colorado 4-2 in the open game of that series. So Colorado, which had to really fight and grind to beat Minnesota, but let's face it, Vegas had to fight and grind to beat Anaheim.
Absolutely.
And to the credit of the Golden Knights, they came out and won it 4-2 in Game 1. It is going to be Carolina and Montreal tonight. Carolina hasn't played in 2 weeks. I mean, they've been waiting for the Montreal-Buffalo series to end. They swept Philadelphia. They haven't played in a long time. That game will be down in Raleigh. Speaking of Carolina, Tom Dundon is the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes. But he has now bought the Portland Trailblazers to add to his portfolio. Yesterday, they laid off 70 employees in the front office because, for the simple reason, he thinks that their front office is bloated. And he's always run his operations streamlined. And I'll give you an example. I'll give you the broadcast example, for example. With the Carolina Hurricanes, he has a Hall of Fame announcer, and I'm not exaggerating, won the Foster Hewitt Award, Chuck Caton. Terrific play-by, not just a good, but a great hockey play-by-play announcer. And Dundon wanted to combine the TV and radio and simulcast it. So they did offer Chuck Caton a contract, but like at a fraction of what he was making. Like the offer was very low. And so Caton's like, I can't do that for this money. I'm not going to travel all over North America to do this. No way. You don't blame him. Caton has had a great career, but what they did was they streamlined and they simulcast their TV and their radio broadcast because he wanted to streamline the operation. Well, now with Portland, he's laid off 70 front office employees. Now, I have no idea for a basketball organization what 70 people do. I don't know. I don't know if it's 5 people in social media, how many people in tickets. I have no idea.
Yeah, and everything's changed. Obviously, in several years, so you really don't know.
Well, no, you sit down. I will sit down, and when I'm getting ready for the season, so I do have football done in terms of preparing for the opponents. And for basketball, 25% through. I do them in basketball. I'll do an alphabetical order because I don't have the schedule yet in terms of what order they play the games. Football, I do it in chronological order. So I'm up to Michigan now. So it's Team 5 out of 17. And I'll sit there. I'll go through. I just want to make sure, okay, and we know who the head coach is. Okay, let's make sure, did they change assistant coaches or not? And I'll sit there and I'll look at, okay, assistant coaches. And then I always want to find who the trainer is because the trainer may come out and I want to mention the trainer's name by name. So I always put the trainer's name on my chart. Do the same thing for football too. And you should see the number of jobs in the athletic, I'll go through the Michigan athletic department going, ooh, that's a lot of people. Then I'll go through the Iowa athletic director, directory. He goes, I'm just trying to find the trainer. And like, it's not, some teams list the trainer right away. Some of you've got to go to the athletic medicine department on the directory. Well, that's not the first thing up there. you got to go to sports medicine. Sports medicine. So you got to go scroll through. You're scrolling through going, oh, okay, so that's their social media. Well, there's a lot of people on social media. It's like, you're like going, okay, how long does it take to post something? I mean,
Yeah, literally.
Right, okay. Okay, these are the people in communications. Okay, I got that part. A lot of sports, you need, can't have, so you need a lot of people in that. Strategic communications, ding, 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 keep going. Sports performance, nutrition, like going, ooh, there's a lot of people
Yeah.
in each one of these departments. Like, wow, it's pretty heavy. So, like Portland, it's a NBA basketball team. They laid off 70 people.
Yeah.
And that's not good. I mean,
No.
that's now, does it affect the operation of the team? I don't know if it affects the operation of the team or not. That part, I'm not sure. But, I mean, most of them are the business side employees. They say, as part of our plans to position the organization for the future, we made difficult decision to restructure several areas of the business, he said. These changes impacted talented people who have helped shape the Trailblazers for many years. How good does it feel when they say we are deeply grateful for their contributions?
Yeah, deeply grateful for your contributions.
Thanks.
It's almost like when you're on hold and they tell you your call's important and you wait 45 minutes. Well, how important is it?
Yeah. Now, he's been criticized over the years for cost cutting since buying the team, including asking staff members to check out of hotels early to avoid fees and not bringing the two-way players on playoff road trips. He defended his position, pointing to his record as the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes, a team that spends significantly less than the Blazers do. I just don't want to waste money. I want to invest it. We're going to take care of the players because it helps you win. It's part of the deal. Dundon said the Blazers spent $100 million more per year than the Hurricanes, not including player costs. He said the Hurricanes, since I bought the team, have been a first or second best record in the league team. So I'm not going to waste $100 million just because somebody wants to write an article calling me cheap. I'm just not going to do it. Now, is it unusual for NBA teams to have a workforce changeover and an ownership change? No, it's not. It's not unusual.
Right.
I mean, everybody's hoping they can keep their job. I mean, because you always want to. I always tell young people, like, don't be rash about just walking out the door. I said it's easier to get a job when you have a job.
Absolutely.
Right? It's my advice to you, by the way.
Yeah, be professional. I mean, there's no question about it. No matter how difficult a situation can be, and I think everybody that's worked at a job has been in a difficult situation at some point,
Sure.
one way or another.
Right.
It's how you handle it is what makes you who you are.
Right, but at the same time, it's easier to get a job
when you have one. Sure.
when you already have one.
Because you never know. You walk out that door, you never know how long it's going to be till you get that job.
That's exactly right.
So that's the other part of it. You look at that resume, you don't want, when you build that resume, you don't want a hole. It's going to be months on end.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All right. Any kind of college expansion right now is being met with one article or podcast commentary after another about how the sport is being destroyed by expansion. I mean, have you seen some of these things? I mean, everywhere I turn, somebody has something that is negative about expansion. Let's see. Josh Pate, worst idea ever. So, I mean, over and over and over again, you see articles saying bad, 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 bad. They're killing the sport. They're doing this. They're doing that. And first of all, you're not rolling it back. If you get to 24, you're not going to roll it back.
Right.
So you're going to have to make it work. And coaches, naturally want opportunities. Now, next week is going to come to the front again because the SEC is meeting. Well, there are cracks in the SEC armor right now. Kirby Smart favors 24. Josh Heupel favors 24. So do his athletic director. Now, remember, when these meetings take place, it's not just the coach and the athletic director there. The university presidents are there as well. Neely Ben Battuti has been out in California with Pat Kraft and Mike Rhodes and Matt Campbell. I don't know if Tanisha Wright was there or not. That part I'm fuzzy on. Sometimes, but definitely your head football coach, your head men's basketball coach, your athletic director, your president are at these things. And everybody's talking about this. Now, of course, you have people running numbers now. This, a 2014 playoff may not be as lucrative as whatever. Is it the same guy that ran the numbers on the Pac-12?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You guys can get $50 million a school. Then the deals come in, $23 million. What? Oregon, Washington saying, lifeboat, please. Oregon and Washington are getting half shares on the Big Ten and making exponentially more money than they would have made in the Pac-12 under the Apple TV deal that they struck. What does that tell you? They're getting a half share. Half share. And making more money. But there's a lot of things here, as I've talked about, that come into play. And one of them is, first of all, the FCS is 24. And I don't want to minimize that. Somehow, some way, they make it work. There's not a Patriot League championship game. Right? There's not an Atlantic 10 championship game. There's not a Big Sky championship game. They rank them, they put them in there, and they get the tournament going. And, to their credit, they've got the championship game all set by the time we get to New Year's Day. And I don't know about you, but I watched some of it. Mm-hmm. I'll watch some of it. It's playoff football. They're home games.
Absolutely.
They're all home games until you get to the championship game, which is the championship game's what, Frisco, Texas, something like that. So they're all home games. So you sit there and oh, wow, okay, Montana State, South Dakota State, North Dakota State, which is now going FBS, so they won't be in it any longer. Eastern Washington, you get to see the red field. You get, Yale was in it this year. First time ever because the Ivy League let the team go. It's good football. And it's also playoff football. There's stakes. Now, are these guys going to be playing on Sundays? The absolute vast majority of them in FCS are not going to play on Sundays. Only a handful. But it's the competition of it, and it's a playoff. There was an article that was written by The Athletic. Again, we're talking about one article after another. Bad, 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 bad. Okay. Well, then, if it's so bad, you don't have to go. You don't have to go cover it. You don't have to cover it. Why should we subject you to covering it? This guy wrote an article saying that the 2014 proposal would diminish the Michigan-Ohio State game. Well, first of all,
no.
It won't diminish Michigan, Ohio State. It won't diminish Alabama, Auburn. Uh-huh. It won't diminish Texas A&M. It won't diminish USC, UCLA. You want, like, okay.
Yeah.
They're rivalry games at the end of the game, at the end of the year.
Absolutely.
All right. And, I mean, it's like, let's take extreme circumstances here.
Yeah.
And do an extreme scenario. It'll diminish the game. In what way? In what way is going to diminish the game?
Absolutely not.
You're not going to diminish the game in any way, shape, or form. Come on.
No, when you play a team, first of all, in a rivalry on a year-to-year basis, you have bragging rights that year. Is it a different team the following year? Sure, but it's still Michigan. It's still Ohio State. They still don't like each other. There's no way it diminishes that game.
No, but these are the articles that are being written about the 2014 playoff. And that was I'm reading this article this morning.
Well, that statement I fully disagree with.
Well, I'm reading the article this morning. It's a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
Yeah,
it's in there going. No, you know what I like to do on a Saturday, when I obviously when I'm not broadcasting the game, right? But like I'm done. If I'm done broadcasting a game and it's at home, I'll watch the 7:00 game on whatever network it happens to be. Sometimes it'll be SEC football and ESPN, whatever, because I just want to watch the game. I'm not sitting there thinking, here are the stakes. I mean, I watched Georgia and Georgia Tech play 7 overtimes. What were the stakes? What were the stakes? Georgia was going to be in the playoff. Georgia Tech was not, but it was a compelling, exciting game. I've watched the Egg Bowl. What are the stakes usually in the Egg Bowl? Ole Miss playing Mississippi State. 9 times out of 10, what are the stakes? There aren't any stakes, but you're like, hey, I'll watch this.
Still a rivalry.
Okay, it's going to be a fun game. That's all I care about. I think the vast majority of people who watch games just watch it for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Florida and Georgia don't like each other either. It's the world's largest cocktail party. That game may not have meaning when they play it in terms of records.
Right.
It's still a rivalry game.
But it's, but even if it's a game, if I'm out doing a road game,
it's not going to.
And then I fly back. A lot of time over the years, it's amazing how here it is. Josh Pate, 2014 college football playoff, one of the worst ideas I've heard. Okay, great. Which he's entitled to his opinion.
Absolutely.
He's absolutely entitled to think that.
Sure. But, and look, he's a credible reporter. This is not somebody just trying to throw his name out there to get a name.
He does a good job.
He does a good job.
He does a good
Absolutely.
job. It's fine. He does a good job. And your job is also to deliver opinions. But I sit there and think, I'd get home from a West Coast doing a game on the road, and the West Coast games are on, and I'll sit down because you just want to finally put your feet up and watch a game. Now, sometimes we can watch games in the plane. Sometimes. Oregon was playing Ohio State, the whole thing. I don't sit there and think about what are the playoff ramifications of this game. I think this could be a great game. Let's see how it plays out. Yeah. It's all I'm thinking about. Now, when we come in Monday, then I'll start, I think everybody knows I don't even talk about where the playoff picture is until we get to November and we start getting the college football playoff weekly poll, which I think they ought to push that back a little bit, but that's just me. Because the other polls don't mean anything either. With all due respect to the fine people who vote in the AP and for the coaches who vote in the USA Today coaches poll, those polls don't determine the national champion. But they are good for the game because, hey, it's number 20 taking on number 10. Okay, great. Put a number next to it, and it's got a little more cachet.
Of course.
But if I've got say the whiteout game is the same day as Oklahoma, Texas, I'll watch Oklahoma, Texas before I go in. And there have been years where Oklahoma is, where Texas has been like, and Oklahoma's been, and it doesn't really matter.
And the other team won.
I just want to watch the game.
Yeah.
because it's college football on a Saturday. So this is not diminishing anything. If your thought process is you get so wrapped up in the playoff part, I'll do whatever.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
I'll do whatever. Like we had the quarterback club board meeting last night, so Nick Colella and I were both talking about this with the group because they asked, and I said, look, you'd eliminate the conference championship game. I said, you'd have 8 home games on one weekend, then you follow up with 8 home games on the next weekend. Like, okay. I mean, they'd be home games. They're not going to be neutral site games. Now you can't have 2 home games in a row because the first group of winners will then face the ones that got the bye. Okay, so guess what? They got the bye, which means they're at home. Okay, it's simple as that. But as I pointed out to Tony Petiti, I said, if you eliminate the championship games, I said that Saturday, where the championship games are normally played, the NFL doesn't play that Saturday. The next weekend when Army-Navy plays, the NFL doesn't play that Saturday. It's not until the third Saturday where you run into an issue. And because the NFL will play 2 games on that Saturday. So, I mean, you've got that wide open part there where you've got the nation's attention. The NFL is still in the regular season. They're just starting to hit the stretch run when you're done with your second round. And I always love you might have an 8-4 team end up being in the playoff. Well, in college basketball, when Villanova won the title in 1985, how many losses did they have? They had double-digit losses that year. Yeah. Like, that's fine. The rules state if you get in and you win 6 consecutive games, they give you a trophy. Okay.
They got.
All right. I mean, it's like you're going to have an 8-4 team in there. So what? Okay. Hey, guess what? You would have had 9-3 Texas in. You're going to complain about 9-3 Texas? 9-3 Texas was a team that a lot of people did not want to face at the end.
And that's the part of it. A lot of these teams get hot. It's like the NFL playoffs where you get hot at the right time. You have no idea how far that can take you. And that's the beauty part of the potential of this expansion. A team gets hot at the right time, they may knock off an undefeated team. They may knock off, who knows? Yeah. And that's the great part of, number one, what makes the playoffs exciting and what makes parity exciting in terms of sports as a whole. There's no question about that. And a lot of the fans, even the fans of a team that are traditionalists in terms of college football, they're going to look at, especially week Penn State's off. Hey, Penn State's off this week. What good games are on? I mean, they don't care about the playoff at that point. They're looking to see what game's on.
I mean, I'll sit there in a bye week and say, what games are going on. I mean, I used to be a faithful watcher of Thursday night college football.
Yeah.
Not any longer because the NFL essentially put them.
And you don't have the games you once had on Thursday night football.
Right, you don't have that. But there used to be some pretty terrific matchups on Thursday night. I'll never forget. Every Thursday doing the talk show with Joe, we'd get to a commercial break. Hey, Steve, what's the Thursday game? What's on tonight? Right. Then it would be great because I'd tell him we'd be playing, and Joe would break the game down. Here's a guy that he's sitting there going, how lucky am I? I get to sit down and hear that.
Best is when he would tell you he doesn't watch. I haven't watched this since I was an usher with the Dodgers. And then he would fully break down the Monday night game. I'm thinking, well, if we're not watching it, you just broke it down better than the people that are watching it and being paid to analyze it.
Oh, no.
That was it.
He would break down and say, hey, Joe, NC State's playing Virginia Tech tonight. Oh, Steve, look, the quarterback, I'd like sitting there going, how lucky am I? I get to sit this.
Yeah, incredible.
I mean, holy mackerel.
Yeah, there'll never be another. No.
But sports is supposed to be fun. Now, I don't know if for some people, the action of it, gambling, gives them more fun.
Well, not only gives them more fun, it adds more emotion. I think it adds
a lot more emotion.
And at times, I think you can even make the argument take some of the fun away.
A lot more emotion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt. And that's where, the sports are supposed to be fun, especially as you move down a level. And you down another level, all the way down to 12-year-olds playing sports. They're really supposed to be fun. You're developing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, win or lose matters. Sure, it always does, but it's that you had fun, and you could take that to the next level of baseball. From a fan's perspective, the same thing. The experience of going to the Little League World Series is something a fan will never forget. The experience of going to that Spikes game, going to a minor league baseball game, is something that they'll never forget. Now you get up to the pro level. You're pulling on your team. You want the experience of the Phillies or the Yankees or the Mets or whoever you're a fan of winning the game. It's different there. But I think as you go down levels, it's more fun because the experience is more fun for you.
Yeah. There's no doubt that the gambling part enters into it. The gambling part and the gambling part
enters emotion.
Well, it enters into some conduct in the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Some. It enters into social media without question.
Absolutely.
Right? And it enters into message boards and things like that. It plays a role in the ultra negativity when a team doesn't cover or gets upset or whatever, and because it's personal.
Exactly. That part of it, the personal part of it. It becomes.
Look what happens when you lose a lot of money.
Absolutely.
You throw on a T-shirt to do a show.
That's right. You're darn right. That's the only shirt you can have. You lost your shirt the prior night. But I think that's the biggest part of it. It becomes personal. It becomes personal that, unfortunately, we see, and this adds to the social media aspect of it, we see these athletes being threatened. We see their families being threatened. We see a dark side of sports that you should never have to see at any level.
Hey, look, Rocco Becht is at Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Terrific quarterback. Right? Well, the guy before him was Brock Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
Who right now is, really the only saving grace for your franchise.
That's right.
You got a lot of problems.
That McCaffrey guy doesn't do much. Kittle, he's on the sidelines. What did he ever do?
Again, you're complaining. But Brock Purdy has gone out and engineered some of the biggest wins in Iowa State history. And when he lost, he got death threats.
Yeah.
So 1 week you're a hero doing something because, Iowa State doesn't, up until Matt got there, Iowa State did not have what you call a glorious football history.
Nope.
And what Matt did there in 10 years is remarkable. But Brock Purdy, who engineered some of their greatest wins over people that Iowa State fans never really thought they had a chance to beat.
Sure.
But boy, lose a game. Oh.
Yeah.
This is where we are.
Emotion comes in.
This is where we are.
Yep.
Death threats?
Yeah. Absolutely. You feel emotional about a player that...
Sam Ficken in 2012, he missed field goals, down at Virginia. He got death threats. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Right? And what does he do? He bounces back.
Yeah.
Ends up having a great season.
Plays in the NFL.
Ends up winning the game.
Yeah.
All right, against Wisconsin at the end, ends up winning the game to open the 14th season in Ireland, ends up winning the game against Boston College with his kick in overtime, goes to the NFL, kicks in the NFL. I mean, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's
okay. There's something wrong with you if you're doing.
There's
that.
not a doubt about it. Not a doubt about it, and that's where.
No, I'm talking specifically about you.
Yeah, that too. But
something wrong with you.
There's absolutely not a doubt about it. That there's issues, and the biggest thing that gets involved, stating the obvious, when you're gambling, money is involved, finances are involved, and if you're on the wrong end of it, it's an emotional roller coaster that is not a pleasant one.
That's why the Sorsby thing bothers me in this regard, because we'll stick with gambling here for a moment. Right. You have people now saying, well, gambling's important to college sports and da-da-da, and he's just doing what other kids are doing. No, he's not doing what other people are doing. He's not doing, okay? He's an active participant, whether it's in practice or in the game. He's an active participant as to what's going on. You can't be involved in it, right? And so don't tell me, poor kid, whatever. He's in this spot.
Involved. He put himself in that spot.
He is in this spot.
Yeah.
Not because of the NCAA. He's in this spot because he put himself in this spot.
Absolutely.
Okay? And, and now... Hey, he's expecting the whole world to dig him out from it. Okay? Look, we didn't know about Art Schleister's problems until he got to the NFL.
Right.
And he couldn't overcome it in the NFL. It is... this is... I'm a person that deeply believes in second chances.
No doubt.
Right?
No doubt.
Right. That's why you're still here.
That's right.
So that's
believes in third or fourth. That's why I'm still here.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I deeply believe in second chances. I know people make mistakes.
Certainly.
Right? But he does have a problem, and to his credit, admits it.
Yes.
Because he's betting on horse races in Dubai.
Right.
I think he bet on cricket. I mean, like sports like he knows nothing about. To go with obviously the college football part, and of course, he bet on his team to win. I'm like, oh God, no, what?
Doesn't matter.
Like, what neighborhood did you grow up in? I mean, come on. I mean, you can't do what he's doing. And who dug the hole?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, how he got turned in, I think that is a legitimate question to ask as to how he got turned in. Because the gaming commissions in Indiana, Ohio, which by the way have proven to be very, very good at flagging people, never flagged him because there may have been hundreds into the maybe low thousands of bets, but hundreds at minimum, right?
Sure.
But evidently they're all on the lower level, so you're not going to get flagged.
No.
But this rallying cry, well, like the NCAA is so wrong, but let's start with this. They went to court. You know what they haven't done yet? You know what Sorsby's attorneys have not done yet? They have not filed a formal reinstatement to the NCAA. They haven't done that. They've just gone to court. And the NCAA this, they didn't even file for reinstatement. Right? I mean, I realize there's a process to it, so I know there's a time limit on this because the supplemental draft entry deadline is June 22nd. But, and what's interesting is that I think people think, Well, if he goes to supplemental draft, he'll be a surefire guy right up. No, he could be sitting there in the fourth round of the supplemental draft. He may go because if he was such a surefire prospect, why didn't he come out this year?
This year in the draft, absolutely, no doubt about it. And the other part of it is
because we're sitting there at the end of January, or so let's just say I think it's the day. It's a week after the championship game. We're sitting there. We know what the quarterback draft is going to look like. We're not quite sure what Trinidad Chambliss is going to do,
right?
But for the most part, we know what it looks like. It's going to be right. Fernando Mendoza. We know it's going to be Ty Simpson. We know it's going to be Drew Aller. We know it's going to be Kay Klubnik. We know it's going to be Carson Beck. Right. So we know. So he knows, and we just didn't know what Trinidad Chambliss was going to do. Well, he elects to go to Texas Tech. Now, why? Now he's getting a boatload of money.
Sure.
I mean, he's getting a boatload of money, but even he doesn't think he's ready to go yet.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is like the Trinidad Chambliss thing I find so baffling. Oh, I mean, Mel Kiper had him the third best quarterback in the draft. Well, evidently Trinidad Chambliss didn't think he was the third best quarterback in the draft.
Not at all.
He went to court to go back for a sixth year.
Yep.
But, look, do I have sympathy for him? Anybody that has an addiction, I have sympathy for.
Yeah.
Anybody that has an addiction, I have sympathy for.
And it's the part
if you have a drinking addiction, I have sympathy for you. You have a drug addiction, I have deep sympathy for you. Gambling addiction. If anybody who has an addiction, I have great sympathy for you. And whatever help you can get it.
Yeah.
And you'd have my full support.
Yeah.
Right? And so I want this young man to dig himself out of this.
Sure.
Right? But at the same time, you're talking about a rule you can't violate. And the rule is if you bet on your sport and then the double whammy, you bet on your team, you bet on a game that your team is involved in, whether it's to win or not. And he's also betting on individual performance of his teammates. Okay, so, I mean, now you have nothing to do with how they play. But again, you're sitting in all the meetings. Right?
No, exactly.
And Jason Lord, star wide receiver for Indiana. Okay. Jason Lord, star wide receiver.
Never quite had the speed to play wide receiver.
Right. But star wide receiver for Indiana. Sorsby sitting in all the meetings with all the quarterbacks. They don't just bring the starting quarterback in. No. They just run the game plan with them. They're all sitting there. In the quarterback room together. They're all watching this. And the coaches are I'm telling you, Jason Lord, we put him out there and we put him on Jerry Valeri, the corner. Right? I'm telling you, that's a great matchup for us. I mean, we think we can target Jason 7 or 8 times during the course of the game. And they say, there's a possibility. I mean, he could get 100 yards. They're telling the quarterbacks that. These are the route tree. This is where we think he can be effective against this guy in this matchup. When they play man. Well, he sits down and say he places a prop bet on you to catch maybe the over-under is 5 catches in a game. He bets the over on you because he knows what the game plan is. And he knows what the matchup is. And he knows how the coaches are thinking. It doesn't mean you're going to catch 5 balls, but it sure does sound like in the meetings they're trying to get the ball to you maybe 8 or 9 times during the course of the game. And, you're going in with that kind of information, which is not the same information that the average individual out there, they don't have access to that to game plan information. They don't have access as to what the matchup is they think they can exploit. They don't have access to that. The coaches are uncomfortable with these matchups over here, but we're really comfortable with this one here. Right? Or we think we can run the ball 25 to 35 times, and especially over the right side and get a lot of yardage. We're not going to throw the ball as much. So now you swing and instead you put some cash on the number one running back to maybe break 80 yards rushing in a game or 75. Because you know the game plan going in is idealistically, can we get the ball to this guy 25, 35 times because we think our winning matchups are over here. You're sitting there with that kind of info. And what's happened here is that it's an addiction. I have great sympathy for that.
Yep.
But the reason he is in the spot he is in right now about losing his NCAA eligibility is not the NCAA's fault. It is definitely not Texas Tech's fault.
His own.
Right? It's his fault.
Uh-huh.
Okay? It's his fault.
Yep.
And this isn't a question of making him an example. Right? Now, if he gives them proper, showing we did this, and I did that, I put this money here, and so forth, and he lays it out for him, he might actually get out of it where he's suspended for a month instead of the entire season. In other words, permanent banishment. But the way they're laying it out in such a way like, oh, the NCAA is the big bad guy. No, the NCAA did not take his phone and place the bets for him.
Right.
Yeah, he did that all by himself. And it's not as if, and I always love that when I'll hear some people say to me, well, they got to do a better job educating these people. Have you seen the other gambling scandals that have happened? Nominal bets and so forth. They're using their mother's maiden name. They're using a made-up name. Whatever. Okay, guess what? You know what that means? They actually did listen to the presentation,
absolutely.
Right? And after listening to the presentation, they said, I can't use my name. That means they know the rules. As simple as that. They know the rules. And I don't want to, look, I don't want to tear the guy down. And remember, he's got another lawsuit hanging over his head, too. I mean, Cincinnati is suing him for $1 million because allegedly that was the buyout in his contract. Okay. That doesn't help either. And I don't know what his contract says. I just know what they claim. Because, I didn't know if he signed a 2-year deal or I have no idea. All right. Another big day for you. You're going to throw in another T-shirt tomorrow? Or
Yeah.
It's going into Memorial Day weekend.
That's
so,
right. Unofficial start of summer.
This is?
It's supposed to be 50 degrees or whatever tomorrow.
Oh. Yeah, it is going to be a bit brutal. Let me see here.
And rain all weekend.
Yeah, but you're such a downer. It's 54 now.
I'm just preparing the folks who are preparing to picnic.
They're saying 60 degrees tomorrow, 1/10 of an inch of rain. Okay? That's Friday.
Yep.
Saturday, 48 degrees. Not good. Half an inch of rain.
Oof.
Not good. Sunday, okay? Less than 1/10 of an inch of rain, 58 degrees. Memorial Day, 69 degrees, no rain. And coming up a week from today will be the Coaches versus Cancer get-together at Medler Field, and then the golf tournament is a week from tomorrow. And the weather for that looks spectacular.
Nice.
Yeah. See, your people.
Uh-huh.
It's your people. Yeah. You should go play golf with Christian McCaffrey. And just like the regular season, his drives off the tee will average 3.8 yards a carry.
That's right. But he can hit a home run with one of those.
Great. We waited all 18 holes for the home run. He's a great athlete. He is an athlete.
insane.
He is a great athlete. Golly. But, your team. We've put together a fund, by the way, to see if we can get you to go to Australia for the opener.
Oh. Can I get back in time to do State High?
We think it's a win-win. It's just what we think. Donations were pouring in. Pouring in. In fact, I think we have excess money. All right. We'll see you tomorrow.